Hi everybody, it's Michelle, and today I am going to do a One Book July update. Here you see my digital planner, and I am still using the weekly version that has the timetable here in the middle with the top 3 tasks at the top and then some notes at the bottom. I continue to use this. I have not plotted out for this week, except maybe putting in some things that I want to get accomplished this week and some things up here at the top. But I haven't filled in my timetable for the week because I'm just kind of taking each day as it comes right now. But I did add in an additional digital planner, which is the bullet journal. And I will give you kind of a glimpse at how I've been using that in addition to this planner. Now, I switched the app that I'm using. Actually, that is a major change because I have been using GoodNotes for over a year now. Probably I have been using the GoodNotes app for my planner, but I have switched over to Zoom Notes. So let me give you just a brief look. I'm going to do a more comprehensive review of the Zoom Notes app because I have found that it is much more friendly to using a digital planner. Even though it's been a big learning curve. I've been testing it over this past week, but it's been a big learning curve on trying to learn how to use the app because there's so many features in this app that you just kind of have to work your way through it and figure it out. And I'm just so used to using GoodNotes, but this is kind of the main view, and you can set things up in categories and such in Zoom Notes, but it kind of gives you the look of GoodNotes. Here it's almost exactly the same, and you just of course go into your planner same way. Now all of these features are this thing is so feature packed, it's unreal, and that's why I need to do an entirely separate video, and I want to do at least a few more days of testing and seeing everything that this app can do, at least what I can figure out that it does, before I actually make the video. But the reason why I decided to switch everything over from GoodNotes is because you have the ability to type all of this text in directly using all of the system fonts, which is something that I just put out that video at the end of last week about adding in those or how to get your planner to look like you're using extra fonts, but you're not really doing it because you have to use a separate app and then copy it over. Here you can do it directly into the app. It gives you the ability to use all of those fonts, just like Metamoji. Metamoji will do the same thing, but this app is more user-friendly for planners. Now, I will note that it is only for iOS. They do not have an Android version right now, but the developers actually contacted me a couple of weeks ago and asked if they could use one of my planners to test out using for the links. And of course I said yes, and so I downloaded the app. I've been testing it for myself, and I will be doing that video hopefully the end of this week, maybe the beginning of next week, where I go over more comprehensive all of the features of the app. But the number one thing, see, that I have to get used to. I'm used to swiping that way, and it will do it, but it's kind of laggy and kind of acts weird. So I've been trying to navigate through this way, but I will show you that really quickly. You add in your text. It likes to use the pencil. Let me grab the pencil. You add in your text. You just choose where you want it and start typing. You have all of these features. But for planning purposes, if you're putting in tasks, you can use one of these here. You can do a bullet list, a star list, a number list. It has these with parentheses, but you can do a check boxes and write out a task list this way. And here, see, it's got its checklist. As long as you are not marked on the text again. If you still have text highlighted, it's going to want to add to your text box, but you can just check it off. It checks it off for you. Isn't that amazing? I love it. Or you can just type out text your little heart's content, put in all those text boxes in all these different fonts, and you do it directly into the app. So let's delete this, get rid of that. I didn't mean to do that. Delete. Okay. So of course you can add in pictures, so you can put all your stickers, you can do all your decorating, everything. I still have my sticker book in GoodNotes, which instead of just switching over which I would generally do in GoodNotes from one to the next. Up here, I've just been switching this way, and you can still copy and paste just like you normally would into GoodNotes. So all the stickers will go in there. Another great feature that I love about this is that you can add a note into a note. So let's say that, and you can add multiple notes into a note. Maybe you just wanted to use a spread like this, or you just wanted to use the weekly spread like this. I could add a note in here. I'm going to go into this note and change it. Let me resize it first. Move it down here. Double tap it. It opens up the note. Let me change the dimensions. Letter, portrait. You can change the paper to narrow, and I'm done. And I can write my note. Let's write my notes. Okay. And then we go back and it puts it right back into here. Oh, I just opened that up again. See, I am still getting used to this. When you're used to using a different app, of course, it takes time to get used to. I'm not fast with it because I'm still learning it. I can make it really small. I could add it down here so that it goes with this day. So if I didn't want to have to scroll through a lot of pages, maybe I wanted to journal or something, I could just add this note here, put my journaling on this page, and just add it in for that day, which is a fantastic feature. And the note is right down here. You double tap it to open it, and then you write in your note. So this is what I've been doing for this past week. I've been using mostly this planner and my bullet journal, because the way that I have the bullet journal set up now is mostly for note taking. And I have my index here. My index, because the links in this work fantastic. You don't have to make sure to have like a no pen option selected. There are certain things that when they are selected, it doesn't like to use the links, but for the most part, you can be writing something out. You could be writing something and then just go over here and click the links and go to where you want to go. No big deal. So I have it set up because I have all of my notes pages in the back that are linked to each one of these little sections, and I can just go straight over there and bring up these notes, and they are all there. And that's all numbered and corresponded to the index. So I've been using this for all of my notes and transferring some things over from my old planners and putting in new notes. So I have, how many spaces? 54 spaces to put in notes. And I don't use, I will put like all of my notes on fasting right here under number 1. Even though there may be 5 pages back there because I add in extra pages, it still will be all under number 1 and so forth. So I can add in as many pages as I want. That's the great thing about the digital planner. So this is all of my notes that I have been adding in here. I've been trying not to use paper for this at all this past week and only use the digital planning so that it can all be here. Now, and this is undated, so I can just keep this forever. Now, the calendars, you can go in and date them, but I figure if I'm going to reuse this, I will just come in here. I will duplicate the planner in the app and then come in here and just erase everything and start over for a new time period. So that works out really great. So this is my digital planning right now, which is working out really excellent for me at this time. I still have my phone. Go back to that one. I still have my phone that I use mostly just for daily tasks, so forth. Look at this temperature. It is 10:30 in the morning and it's already 97 degrees. We hit 108 degrees yesterday, which is crazy town. But so I'm going to also do a different video on my favorite productivity apps or planning apps that I use on my phone. So I will have a list of all the ones that I use on the phone and just a basic overview of how I use them. So that's 2 videos coming, one on Zoom Notes and one on my planning and productivity apps that I use on my phone. So I just have, of course, my agenda here that tells me everything I need to do. And this all, overall, this all comes from my Google Calendar. Even though it is set up in a different app that I use, it's pulled from Google Calendar. That's where it syncs from. And from, there are some IFTTT or IFTTTT, you know, if this, then that recipes that will get linked in and thrown into here, into my calendar, that I've had set up for years. And I don't even remember how long ago that was that I did that, but some things like that set up, and I'll go over that when I review the Calendar app. So I'm still using the phone for the just everyday, like, singular tasks, you know, just the mundane things that need to be done. They pop up, and some of them give me reminders on what I need to do. I should note that I also use my Amazon Alexa, let me not say that too loud, for giving me a lot of reminders now too. It is just so convenient. I have one that sits right by me when I'm working, and I have another one that's more like in my kitchen area that we use a lot for cooking, believe it or not. I don't even use my oven timer anymore. I just use her Alexa to do that for me. So I did go over, I think it was, excuse me, in my IGTV update the last time, because I had barely gotten this in the mail. So I have some phone cases that I did get for my phone. And so this one came first, and I had my things in here. And these have a magnetic case, so your phone pops in and then you're just ready to go. So I was trying to get away from using and carrying around my Hobonichi Weeks in that wallet setup that I had. So I wanted to be able to switch my wallet into with my phone. So that's what I've done. I'm not using this case, this outer case, even though I have my phone popped into the blue one that matches it. I actually am using this black one right here, because this black one right here is super nice. And I even made it on my trip to the store the other day. This was all I took. I did not take my purse. So it's got this really nice zipper pocket, and the phone pops in here. In the magnet. This is not, this one doesn't have a very good magnet, but I figured that's okay because this all zips closed anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. It has a space for all of these cards here, and then it has these pockets back here where you can just kind of pop things in there, and this zipper wallet here where I keep my cash. So it has all this room on the inside, and you can zip it up and keep it nice and secure. That's why I have my bank cards zipped up in the inside, because this outer pocket also has more space for cards. Where I have insurance cards right now, and this is all I really need to carry around with me. So I still have these slots over here where I can, I don't know what I would put in there, but I figured maybe I can put in a small little notebook right here if I want to take notes, and just carry that around with me that way. So taking this to the store is really nice because it has this handhold. It also has this where you can just pop this onto the loop on your jeans and just carry it around that way. It has this too, this strap, this leather hand, well, it's not leather, sorry, this handhold back here to where if you want to hold it like this and use your phone, that's fine. Now when I go to the store, all I really need is my phone, because I have my grocery list in my phone. I can actually pay using my phone. I can do everything with just my phone. But so I don't need to carry my purse. I don't need to carry a separate planner, none of that, because everything is in my phone. So this was really, really nice. I think this one was like $22.99 on Amazon, and this one was really cheap, like $8.99 on Amazon. And I've been getting these cases like this for a long time. As long as, well, ever since I started buying the Notes, the Samsung Notes, because I like carrying around in a wallet that gives me that option. But I only want the magnetic ones because when I'm home, I'm not using this whole thing. I just pull this out and, you know, carry my phone around. So I don't want the case or the phone actually attached permanently into the case. I want to be able to just easily take it in and out, and this makes it super simple. The only problem I have with these magnetic cases is that it does not work with my wireless charging. If I want to put it on the wireless charger, I have to pop it out of the case, and that can be a little bit of a problem because I'm kind of used to just popping it on the wireless charger. But it's, you know, you got the good and you got the bad, you got the pros and the cons. And so if I want to put it on the wireless charger, I will just pop this off, which is real easy to get it off and on. And I stick this on my computer and it just kind of sticks there magnetically, and I wait for it to charge and then I pop it back in. Otherwise, I would just plug it into the cord, which is no big deal. So that is my phone. So this is all my digital planning right here, and this is how I've been doing things for this past week, and I foresee this happening at least for the next week. And on the paper, I did switch up a little bit because, you know, I always have problems with the paper. Okay. So I ordered a new traveler's notebook, which I did not need. I needed another one like I needed, I don't know. I didn't need it. So I used to have my weeks in here, in this, which I still love these. These are super nice. They're leather. These are Prima travel journals at the personal size that are leather. These are not the vinyl ones that are like in the standard size or the pocket size ones. I think they have now too they're the vinyl material ones. So those are nice, but they're just not real leather. So I'm not using this. All of my wallet is out of here. It's in here now with my phone. So I decided that for my paper, instead of using the Happy Planner, the mini Happy Planner, which I still have right here, and it is still set up to go for August. I haven't changed any of that, but I haven't been using this at all. Not this past week, not since my last video. And since I decided to order this. Now, this was really nice. This I found on Amazon, and it was around $21, I'd like to say. This thing is a real leather. It is really nice. It smells fantastic. The reason why I wanted to go back to using standard is because, at least for the remainder of the summer, I want to use my Cocoa Daisy book for scrapbooking and just like, you know, daily whatever. I love my Cocoa Daisy kits, and I haven't been using them to the full potential and doing like actual scrapbook spreads, except what I was doing in my mini Happy Planner. But I do it differently in the Cocoa Daisy, and I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just the way it is. So I want to be able to use my book for August, and actually, you know, for the remainder of the month. And so I did put together my book. Not everything is in here, but the cover is decorated and it's ready to go, and it's here. So this is going to be just like my tracking book and my journal book. It's not a planner, even though I switched in. I put my Hobonichi weeks. I tucked it into the back here. I slid it in to this back secretarial pocket with a week's notebook here, because there's so much that I keep track of in this Hobonichi weeks, and I want to have the entire year together. So I'm not going to stop using it. I will go back and put reference material in there. This is a Midori or Traveler's Company, the 013 book, where I just keep notes if I want notes on something and I'm writing things out. So anything and everything can pretty much go in this book here. And I just have that surrounded by one of these pockets, these inserts where I have pictures. And I used to carry around my credit cards and such in these. I have another one of these that has the cards on both sides. But this is no wallet, so I just have my pictures. And then my Cocoa Daisy book, which will be for daily notes, journaling, scrapbooking. All of that's going to go in here for the remainder of the summer. This book is so lovely for August. It's just really nice. I couldn't resist wanting to use it. So I have my stickers kind of popped in here. This is the major reason why I bought this book, because it has the pockets here. So it's got the 3 card slots plus this back pocket and the secretarial pocket. And this is real leather, and it was only like $21. So I said, I'm getting it before it disappears on Amazon, and I will regret it, and I will wish that I had bought it. So I went ahead and I bought it. And even though I like the smaller personal size, I have so many things that are standard size. It's just ridiculous that so many inserts that I could use up and just get used without having to cut them. And I can just put them in, use them, and there you go. And of course, you know, anything, if it's important and I want to keep it, I can snap a picture and put it in my digital planner if I happen to be using this at the time for some kind of note taking. So I have all my charms here that I moved over. These are just a hodgepodge of charms. A lot of them came in Cocoa Daisy kits. This one was from Michael's. This one came in for the August kit. It was on the bag. It was on the zipper pull for the bag that came with the kit, and I just took it off and put it here. And this was the Daisy for August right here. So this is my traveler's notebook. Now, all of these bows and everything you see also all come with the Cocoa Daisy kits. I don't buy those things extra. I just wait and use whatever comes in the kits because it's all so pretty. So this is my paper right now. I'm not using it for planning. This is my planner. My tasks go in here. This is my wallet. So I don't usually plan while I'm out and about, so I don't worry about taking my iPad with me. If I were to do that, I can always put that in my phone and then transfer it over later. Just take a snapshot or write it in, however I want to do it. So it's not really complicated. And there are several different things that I use on my phone that help keep me organized too with other information. So this is my system right now. And if you have any questions, it's basically all the same, just a new app for the digital planner. And the paper has changed, but the planning over there in the digital has not changed. If you have any questions about any of this, just please put it down below. And remember, if you are making your own videos for One Book July, make sure you put in the hashtag One Book July 2018, and it can get put over on the playlist. And there is a link for that channel, which is totally dedicated to One Book July. I will put that down in the description so that you can click on that link, go over there and subscribe to that. And then that way you will be able to see all of the videos that come up. And if you're posting to Instagram or Facebook, anywhere you're posting, make sure you use that hashtag One Book July 2018 so that things can pop up and we can all see what everybody else is doing, because there's so many people with so many good ideas and doing their own variation of the challenge, and so you can get great ideas from other people. Put questions below, you guys. You'll have a great day, and I will see you next time.